Hey guys, it's Ronen with the Juggernaut. In this video, I'm going to be talking about contact wheels and the different table setups that my grinder supports. So to begin with, I have an 8-inch diameter contact wheel installed. It's 60 durometer rubber because it conducts the heat away better than polyurethane, and it's smooth, not serrated, for a smooth finish. Now, right now I have a table installed. I call this the radial table. The top surface of the table intersects the center of the wheel. Now, this setup is great in a rough profiling application. So, I have a water jet cutter at my disposal, so I am able to cut out very nice outlines on that machine. But if I was forced to start with a rectangular piece of stock, I would first draw my knife profile, and I would start by removing large areas. I'd probably bandsaw first, but then I need to remove some pretty large areas of material before I can get into my smooth profiling. And this wheel is perfectly set up for it. It's 8-inch diameter, so there's a lot of surface area, and it doesn't heat up very quickly. It's just that we need to make sure that as it's cutting, it'll cut a hollow grind, a scallop, and we want to make sure that scallop is as close to a 90-degree wall as possible so that we end up with a nice even profile. So by setting up the top surface of the table to intersect the center of the wheel, that scallop is as close to a 90-degree wall as possible. So that would be this setup, and I could do some rough profiling this way. Now, in my last video, I talked about how my table system is modular and adjustable. So let me demonstrate. I have this rough adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and show you the fine angle adjustment for the table. So I've loosened the table, and by rotating a turnbuckle, you can see the angle of the table is adjustable in small increments. So I can really zero in that angle. Now, in addition, I can do some pretty rough adjustments to the angle of the table. Actually, let me keep this loose. By adjusting this linkage down here, I have full control. There goes my knife. I have full control. Luckily, it was just a test piece over the angle of the table. So for example, if I want to set up a tangent table setup for hollow grinds, I get the angle rough, bring the table in, and then I'll complete it with a fine adjustment. Bring it in a little more. Not too much. And there we go. Now we have a nearly tangential, I was eyeballing it, setup. Now, I'd like to point out, right now this tangent table is set up at a pretty steep angle relative to the earth. And some people might like to work up here so that the knife isn't sliding off. I think it's nice to be able to look downward at the top, at the edge of the knife that you're actually grinding, and that's easier to do with the setup. Also, it's not hard to push your knife against this table. Here I am. So this is a tangent table setup. Now, let me demonstrate a completely different setup for profiling. So for that, I'm actually going to use my profiling table. Pop this table off. This area is getting crowded. I'm going to bring my profiling table in. And profiling is easier to do like so. Set this guy up. So here's a nearly 90-degree setup. Let me actually adjust it. So I have the fine adjust here as well. So I can adjust my turntable, bring it down to 90. If I really cared, I'd use an angle to ensure that it was 90, but we'll call that close enough. And I tighten it. So here we have our profiling setup, 8-inch diameter wheel. We can use the same table with a 4-inch wheel instead for, say, tighter curves in the profile. I don't know if that curve, for example, it looks like it's exactly 8 inches in diameter. I'd probably run the 4-inch wheel on it. Now the profiling table has the same angle adjust as you saw I just demonstrated the fine angle adjust, and then we can do a coarse angle adjust as well. You know, do something like that. And now we can, for example, cut chamfers, to use the engineering term. So these are 2 table setups that we can use with contact wheels. Super adjustable, really modular, versatile. They can be set up in a lot of different ways. And I believe this one is unique to my grinder. So this has been Ronen with the Juggernaut, and feel free to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.